like a little underwhelming, but I think this, with what you've done to it, is gonna make it, you know, as unique and crazy as it should be. Is this regular shifting? Regular, okay, this is regular as well. Again, 230 miles, please take care of her. I trust you. You ride a pretty much a raw bike, no electronics, so this at least has electronics. Whoa, I forgot how this dash looks like. Alright, she's in neutral. Let's start her up. It's a nice rumble. Already reminds me of my Super 2, which I kind of miss. This sounds pretty spicy. Oh man, this is light. This is definitely light. Wow, this is actually, this feels so interesting. I like it already. You can really tell how a bike feels like right from the start. I think his tire pressure feels a tad low. Oh, wait, I don't know if that has a quick shifter or not. I did forget that. I should have asked. Popped into neutral anyway since we're going to a stoplight. That sounds spicy. I know, I was just about to ask. No quick shifter here, right? Okay, okay. Well, that answers my question. No quick shifter, so get a shift manually. Not a big deal, just had to know. That is the longest light. At least it's really easy to find neutral on this thing. Yeah, it's so interesting where you sit on the bike. It feels like, dude, for a 2014 bike, this looks like a spaceship, to be honest. Whoa. This shifter is so high up, I'm not used to it. This bike runs pretty hot. I feel a lot of heat on my ankle. What the? I'm not shifting fully. I need to like pop it more. It's a pretty sharp bike, that's for sure. There we go. Just needed a sec to get the hang of it. I think I clicked the lap timer and I want to go back, but I don't know how. This. There we go. Oh, that's the gear indicator. That's interesting. This bike feels really stable. The only thing I'm messing up is my shifts. I wish I would do them more back to back so I can tell more, but this is definitely, just in general, it feels more fun. It definitely has like more than enough pickup. I mean, also look at her. It's just so futuristic. There's no plastics. I mean, technically there are somewhat plastics, but what I'm trying to say is that like it's all like white and angular and aggressive. It just looks so futuristic, even though it was made all the way back in 2014. I love when companies do stuff like that. So much ahead of its time. If this thing had like a new dash, I feel like you'd never be able to tell that this was a 2014 bike. A black Cybertruck? Gloss black, that's a new one. You usually see the sand blacks. Oh. I saw that. Yeah, the clutch release is like so, like, it's like right away. That's why I'm over revving it and all. It's always.
डिलीवरी जॉब ढूंढ रहे हो? अब घर बैठे कोई भी स्विगी का डिलीवरी पार्टनर बन सकता है. कमाओ.
Weird getting adjusted to like new clutches and stuff like that. They all feel so different. Honestly, for a bike with this much torque, I expected this thing to come up like crazy, but it's pretty stable, unlike my Super Duke. It's actually a lot faster than I expected, and I feel like if the Super Duke was as stable as this, it would be such a fun bike. This bike, even though it has no electronics, it feels so stable. I guess that's what you get with a naked bike over a Super Sport. The stability is just on a different level with these things. Really fun bike. Not to sound too crazy, don't judge me too harsh, but gives me a feel a little bit of my HP4 race. I know some people are gonna be like, what is wrong with you? But let me explain. It's in the sense where this bike feels like very light, but at the same time stable, which is not a common thing with bikes. Like my Ducati, my V4R is very light, but it's a little like shaky, wobbly. This thing though, it's very sharp, it's very stable. Suspension feels pretty good on this thing. I wonder if he got it adjusted or not. Obviously, this is where you feel the torque. Fifth gear, you pit in, you're already at red line in like almost no time. Even sixth gear, literally, you just twist the throttle and this thing is gone. With such a nice power delivery. I honestly thought this was going to be a wheelie machine like the Super Duke with all this torque, but it's really planted, it's really smooth. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I don't know, man, but this would be such a fun bike for a track bike. I know I've been talking about a track bike for such a long time, but I genuinely want like the best track bike that I can get. You know, I want something that is solid, something that is fun, and, you know, just kind of ticks all the boxes. Yeah, like this is, it just eats up any corner. You have to put no effort. The bike is just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna chill at this lean angle just casual, even though it's bumpy, even though I don't have electronics, just casual. Man, I love the torque on this thing. The way it picks up is so great. And it's just like, it's smooth. It like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, yeah, it's torquey and you feel the torque, but it's not like jerky, you know what I mean? Like my R1M is more jerky than this thing, and it has way less torque. Easily pop into neutral as well. You like it? I know. The MVs do have a very unique tone to them. I like the way the shift's click and all. I wonder if the stock one was the same thing or if he's done something to it, but man, this thing is crazy. Like, that's what I was telling you guys. Like, I like to get an idea and compare bikes. This, to me, the closest bike that I have that I've ridden is the HP4 Race, to be honest. Obviously, the HP4 Race is like this on steroids, and it's quite different, you know, faster, stuff like that. But in the way it feels, where this is pretty light, but at the same time, it's stable and sharp. I like that. It gives you, like, a track bike feel. Another bike that's kind of like that is the Fireblade, but the Fireblade is not light whatsoever. That's a very heavy bike, and especially with those cast wheels. I wouldn't say a very heavy bike, but it doesn't give you that like insanely nimble feel like this and the HP4 Race give you. The Brutale R does look good. Whew. That tone is so nice. This is like a muscle car right here. So deep. Yeah, this is a like gentle, smooth, comfortable, fun track bike. It's a really well balanced bike. I enjoy this a lot, especially for a bike that doesn't have electronic suspension. It feels really nice and very like just easy to ride and smooth. The tank positioning right here is absolutely, I love this. And the only other bike that kind of felt like this was my Aprilia 1100 Factory, where the tank kind of goes over your legs and it kind of just like, it's so easy to hug the tank and it feels so good. Other bikes with this much torque, I felt the front would have came up like right away. I feel like this bike you have to purposefully try to do a wheelie for it to do a wheelie, which is a good thing, because usually if you're racing, if you're on the track, you don't want to do a wheelie by mistake, you know. Obviously you got to get used to the bike and get a feel for it, blah blah blah. But I like that you can pretty much, any of you guys, if you have any sort of like riding experience, can take this to the track. Like right now, second time you're riding is RC8. The first time was the stock one, and now I'm riding this one. And if I take it out to the track after one session, I'm gonna feel comfortable on it and can like rip on it, which makes it seem that like they know what they're doing, and they're not making a bike that is extremely complicated and hard to use, that people have to, you know, put a lot of work to get used to it. Hit a jump. It is a KTM after all, right? There we go. The key's right here. I know the key's in a little bit of an awkward spot. Oh man. This like seat design, how you sit like so deep in and like low center of gravity, I think that also affects the feel of this. What a crazy bike, honestly. That was really fun, man. You're making me want one of these. What's the newest year they come in?
2015 is the final year.
2015 is the final year? I was gonna say, dude, this could be a really sick track bike. It's so light, but it's also so sharp.
Yes, that's exactly what they made it for. It's really a track bike that they... Okay, so AMA World Superbike have to make a bike for the street.
Yes.
To compete in that race.
Okay.
KTM didn't make this bike for the public. They made it for the racing team, but they had to make it for the public. So it's like they took a race bike, track bike, and then made it.
I'm just mad that they discontinued this because it's dangerous.
It's. I think that's a political excuse.
I agree too. I don't think that's what it is. Honestly, this bike with how much torque it has and how much power it has, it felt like if you want to like cruise, it's butter smooth, easy to ride. If you want to get on it, it gets on it. But it's like it doesn't pop like abnormal power wheelies and stuff like that. It's smooth, the power delivery is nice, it feels good in the turns. The fact that this has no electronics, but it feels better than some bikes that have electronics, says a lot about what KTM can do. And I'm just so mad that they discontinued such a masterpiece.
I feel the same way. And you know, if you want to follow their logic, that political, it's a political answer, because is the Super Duke 13, 12, 90?
Yeah, I know, the new 1390, 1400 cc's is crazy. I want to ride one of those.
Yeah, so I mean...
That would be interesting.
Almost the same motor as the Super Duke, but it's not.
Yeah.
It has some titanium valve train stuff. It revs and pulls harder up high in the RPM range, where the Duke makes more...
Dude, I was in 5th gear, just like full throttle it, go straight, red line, just like that. Like super easy.
Yeah, it'll pull all the way to red line. It'll actually red line in 6th gear. I hit rev limiter in 6th gear.
I believe it. We just didn't have enough room, and I didn't want to, you know, like push it that much. But you know, enough where I got a feel for it. And I was like, in the corners, bro, it eats up these corners. It like literally, I can be doing that one-handed, and the bike is like chilling, smooth, no wobbles, no nothing. My only complaint is your shifter is so high up, brother.
Oh, you want to know why?
Why?
I adjusted that. That's my fault. To wear boots.
Ah.
Because I used to, yeah, so my boot, you know, wouldn't fit under there, so I...
Okay, I understand now. Because I'm like, bro, you have to kind of like really... I missed a couple shifts, and I was like, what the... Do I not know how to shift anymore?
No, it bugs me now, too, because I have a thinner boot now.
Yeah. Okay, now it totally makes sense. I'm like, this dude has like some really thick feet or something. But some clown shoes.
Like way up here on the, like the edge of your foot, you know?
Yeah, now it makes sense. Oh, is that actually the piece that I gave you too?
Yes.
Sick, because I got that for my Super Duke, but it didn't fit on mine. So I was like, who else do I know that has an orange bike? Oh, you can have this. It looks amazing on here.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, because the stock one was just like a rubber.
Yeah, I remember it was ugly. That's why I wanted one of these, but it didn't fit on mine. So I'm glad it worked on this. Thank you, bro, for letting me ride this. It was actually a lot of fun. Like, genuinely, if I had unlimited money, I would definitely want to get one of those. I think this is going to go in, like, one of the iconic bikes, like, way down the line. I truthfully think so.
That's why I want to keep it. I have no intention of selling it.
Nah, please don't sell it. Like, this is so unique. You never see it, and the way you've modified this is just A+. Good job, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy this bike. I've had a lot of other bikes and stuff I bought and sell. And when I get on this, it's such a different experience, you know? And
yeah.
Riding it since, I brought it brand new with 0 miles in 2016. So I'm the original owner. And I just...
Oh, yeah. How many miles did you put on it?
It's got 33,000 miles on it.
And it rides like this?
Bruh.
It's never given me a problem. I had to replace it back.
I'm glad you told me after, because if you told me before, I would have taken it even slower. Because I'm like, I don't want, you know, just in case something. I was like, I don't want to be the one.
Don't worry about it. I mean, I
Nah.
try to keep up with it. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the clutch checked and stuff. You know, it's maybe time for that. But yeah, I mean, I don't beat on this thing, dude. Like, I don't ride wheelies and stuff. I can, but
Yeah.
I'm not super good at it. But you know, I take care.
We can power wheelie, I know. You know, the little power wheelies in there. I do them every once in a while.
Here, 35 miles an hour, this thing comes up really well. Like,
Clutch ups? Yeah.
I like it, but I don't want to beat on it.
No. Dude, you don't have to tell me. I'm the same way. I'm like, if the stuff that I do like hurts my bike a lot, I'm like, I don't really care for it, you know? Especially when it's a unique piece like this that you want to keep forever. You're the first owner. So, yeah.
Go out and buy another one. I do know a guy selling a 13 that's local, but there's more that can be done. I think it needs a better tune, like an actual better tune.